Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to Fireburst Championship presented by Rising Esports, and I am your caster for the day. It's Eagle this side, but before starting the day, before starting the match, please, please, I'll request you all to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well. But apart from these things, if we talk about the first match, it is a by default map, Erangel map. As we all know, a lot of us know about this map, a lot of us claim about this map, but if we talk about the fly path, which is the most important thing and most strategic thing of the map, starting from those southwestern part of the region ending towards northeastern part, it's a diagonal fly path. For few teams it may be challenging to tackle position like Novo Ripnoi, Melta Power or Liv Poca, but the maximum drop location can be covered by this fly path. For the time being, if we talk about the drop clashes, 41 teams, 11 players in the lobby, as we can see. For right now, it's a team Ace, team Hazi, team well there are two team Hazi playing for now time being, team TSR, team TM, team AL, team ARC, team Yuli, team DVD, as well as team R3G, team Wannabe. Total 11 teams, 41 players, as we can see in front of our screen. But talking about the other teams as well, if we talk about Pochinki, well, Pochinki is also the region to worry. Pochinki is also the reason to tackle out. For now, 11 teams of 41 players, team Hazi and team R3G are in front of both, and I think it could be a challenging part. It could be a difficult part for both of the teams. Having drop clash at such major drop location like Pochinki is a challenging part, is a quite strategic part. If you lose your men, if you lose your player at those early phases of the match, it can cause you a lot of trouble at those end phases as well. But let's see what will be the team's strategic approach. How will they play? Will they go with that aggressive approach, or will they come with that some passive approach for time being? Let's see how will they perform out. But for now, if you haven't liked the stream, please I'll request you all to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, because the upcoming tournaments are back to back and the matches are gonna be quite astonishing and surprising. But at the same time, if we talk about the military base area, it's a team TM. Well, for now, team TM, Nabini, Zain, Monica, Piku, 4-man standing. Still, they haven't secured any finish point. I think they're going with that slow approach, having a better amount of loot for the time being, and I think they can maximize the loot. They can loot Novo Ripnoi as well. They can loot the middle section inside the zone. It's a quite good part from their side, but still, if you go with that aggressive approach, the balance of those finish point and place point is always a better option. Well, at the same time, if we talk about the regions, if we talk about the Rozhok, it's a team Hazi, the capital city of Miramar, sorry, of Erangel. And why I call it a capital city, because it's close to Erangel, which is the heart, which it is close to the Pochinki, which is called the heart of Erangel. And sorry for the slip of tongue. But keeping these things aside, if we talk about the drop clash, well, fights has begun. Pochinki is that region where we can see the fight. Bunny is very close to the player, having M249, the poetry weapon in his hand. The 150 bullets weapon is just astonishing, just lethal to watch out. M249 with that red dot is quite tough. Having M249 is closed and can cause a lot of trouble to you. It can freeze your movement for some time being, but Bunny, he needs to change his position because it's time for a clutch or 1v4, because 4 players at a time are pushing at Bunny and he's really in a very big trouble. 74 bullets still remaining. Position is revealed. Pre-fire has been started, but still at the moment for tackle out. Well, he's that survival on that 1 HP with the shot coming inside. Well, he's coming with that one player down, another player, and he's coming with that 1v2 clutch, reloading the weapon, but having that mutant in hand can change the weapon. Frost onto the other side is helping his player. If we talk about the Hope, well, Hope is coming with that hope of his team and finally getting the best support for the player and the assaulter, having 4 finishers point in the backpack and a secure top 10 position for the time being. And this is the start which we were talking about. This is the explosive start in Pochinki which we all were waiting for. at the same time, if we talk about the teams, the teams are on their strategical position. Team number 14, well, they are also having a very contentive position. 10 teams, 37 players, and there's a back-to-back shift of the zone. There's a back-to-back hold of the zone. Almost 6 minutes are over, and still player needs to tackle down, still player needs to hold down. 6 minutes are over, and let's see how will they perform out. But at the end of the end, if we talk about the Northern Georgia City in front of Georgia Pool, it's a team OBD. Well, team OBD are 4 men standing, having no finishers point in the backpack yet, but they can challenge the teams behind Georgia Pool. So this is also the question to worry about. Well, for now, 10 teams with 37 players. If we talk about Rozok, well, Rozok is also the area to watch out. It's team number 6 for now. 4 men standing, 0 finishers point. They have secured top 10 position, and quite a crucial region, quite a crucial momentum. It's almost 7 minutes over. You still have the time for 2 to 3 minutes for the looting period to complete your loot, to maximize your loot, whatever you want. But for the time being, if you get with that those early rotation, you can always hold a upper hand against your enemy. Well, at the same time, if we talk about another region, if we talk about Milta Shelter region, it's a team wannabe. They have secured a top 10 position. For now, the top 4 men standing, still no finishers point. Quite excited for now, because as we all know, at those early phases we always hold a upper hand. As those early phases we always hold a great hand. But for now, 10 teams, 37 players. If we talk about the Rozok Water City, it's another team, ESN. Well, they are also 4 men standing with those 0 finishers point, have secured top 10 position, which could be a good start, but still a regions to worry out, still a region to tackle out. Let's see how will the teams perform and the players perform. But for now, if you go with that aggressive intent, game can always change, game can always return by a side. 8 minutes are almost over, and if we talk about the zone is totally shifting towards those southern part of the region where military base is seen down. Few of the teams are there, some of the teams weren't there, but still, if you go with that aggressive approach, game will always give you upper hand. Well, if we talk about team R3G, R3G, Bunny, Frost, Mali, Nope, 4 men standing. With those 4 finishers point, they have secured top 10 position and are on top 37 alive players. Let's see what will be their approach, what will be their standings. Almost 9 to 10 minutes are over, and still a region to worry out, still a region to tackle out. Let's see what will be the standing, how will they play, will they go with that aggressive intent, or they'll change their strategy, they will change their mindset. Because for now, the time being, if you go with that hustling approach, it will always favor you, but going with that a bit of negative approach will cause you a lot of trouble. 10 teams of 37 players, well, now there's a rotation clash with seeking number 16 and spotted number 10 players. It's a matter of for team number 10, they need to discuss it about as fast as possible, because you will not get another option. If one or two player gets knocked, team number 16 will surely push you down, will push you in, and then there will be no time remaining. The only thing which can save you is the clutches, which is rarely possible at those prestigious time. But for now, 10 teams, 37 players, almost 11 minutes are over and still origin to worry out. Well, at the end of the end, there's the push and come. If we talk about the hope having M416 in his hand, taking down one more player, and by the time goes, team number 10 is totally down the man. Mayu is that solo player standing for his team. Well, let's see what he'll do, but getting falling back is that better option, which I think, and that only Mayu is doing, which is a good approach, which is a good start from his side. Well, 10 teams, 33 players, and let's see how will they perform in the upcoming part. Well, before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well, and do support Rising Esports, because they are doing literally a lot of work for you, a lot of work for the organization, for the community, for the global community. Holding global championship is not that so easy, but they're still doing just for you guys, so you need to support them. If we talk about team number 14 at the same time, well, it's Lily having a good position, having a good hold, 4 man standing for now time being. They're having 0 finishers point and secure top 10 position, and let's see how will they performing in the upcoming time. Well, at the same time, 10 teams, 32 players. If we talk about the zone, well, zone has totally shifted towards the southern part of the region, which is the military base region, and where what I can see, already a few teams are there, almost 4 to 5 teams are there around those bridges, around those southern part of the region. But the challenging part is what? If the teams try to cross the bridge with that aggressive approach, with that explosive approach, it can cause them a lot of trouble. But if we talk about the teams like team R3G, they have a good hold on bridge, and they can utilize, they can take the advantage of the time and get many finishes point, get a lot of finishes point. Already having 7 finishes point can give them a upper hand, but jump like this will cause you a lot of trouble. Hope is totally surviving on now 1 HP, but there are still few players which are trying to cross the water by boat or by swimming, and they can be in trouble. And there you go, that was a beautiful jump, but coming outside of the water at this moment will tackle you down. Hope eyes are totally on you, and let's see how they perform out. Well, 10 teams, 32 players for the time being. If we talk about those northern part of the region, at those northern part, wanna be Gracie, as we can see here. Well, Emin and Norax, Golu, Gracie are performing here. 4 men standing, 1 finish point, and secure top 10 position. Surviving on those top 32 alive players. 14 minutes are almost over. Still a region to worry out, because teams needs to be ready at any moment of the time. Players can change their approach, players can change their mindset. 15 minutes are almost over. And if we talk about zone central part, R3G Hope surviving here. Bunny, as we can see, are surviving here. 2 men standing with those 7 finishes point. They have secured top 10 position, and now the bridge block, the bridge campaign situation are totally started. Well, at the same time, 10 teams, so 31 players, so 14 minutes are almost over. Still a region to worry out, still a region to tackle down. Let's see how will they perform, how will they play out, because for now, 14 minutes are over, and there comes the golden hand grenade. Hope will ruin the hope of Team Haji. With that one grenade, he has secured those 2 finishers point, and this is the start which I was talking about, and that is totally fantastic to watch out. 9 teams, 28 players, and let's see what will be the upcoming standings. If we talk about team number 14, Well, for now, they are four men standing, no finishers point yet, but still a reason to worry out. 15 minutes are almost over, and now the time is come. Now the time is there, but you can accelerate the game a bit. Well, at the same time, 9 teams, 28 players. So as we can see here, they are in front of us, our screen. But on those eastern part of the region, well, that is a smart move by Team TSR. Four men standing, they have secured one finish point and almost are on top 9 teams, top 27 alive players. Let's see how will they play, how will they perform. But for now, it's a difficult approach, it's a difficult task for them. But if we talk about another team, but before that, if we see the drops, it's Groza with that 7.62 bullets. And if we talk about the other teams, it's a team Wannabe. Well, Wannabe Emmy, Nora X, B Golu and Gracie, four men standing, they have secured two finishes point, are on top 9 alive teams. Let's see, will they come with that aggressive approach, because now the time is run when you have to get some more finishes point. Well, now teams 27. Well, for now being 9 teams, 27 players are still surviving. We talk about the zone. Well, this is that important moment. Where will the zone shrink? But there you go. The zone has totally shrunk towards those southern part of the region. Team DPD for another time being, they are totally synchronized. They are totally adaptive to this location. I think so, because they already have secured those southern part with early rotation, which is a good start from their side, but it could be troubling for the other teams as well, because having late rotation at this point of view, I think they can cause a lot of trouble to them as well. Well, 9 teams and 26 players, as we can see, they are still performing right now. Zone has totally shrinked towards those southern part of the region. Let's see how will the team play off, how will the team perform out. 9 teams and 27 26 players, 19 minutes are almost over. And if we talk about team TM, well, they are 4 men standing with those 0 finishes point, have secured top 8 position, and they are totally leading outside this area with that healthy approach. But still, what I believe is that if you go with that steady approach, it can always change the mindset, it can always change the approach. But if you go with that aggressive approach, it will make the balance, and the balance is quite required at particular moment of the time. Well, 8 teams, 24 players, and still a region to worry. Well, if we talk about Team TSR, well, Team TSR are 4 men standing, having one finish point in their hand. They have secured top 8 position and are on top 24 alive players. And the region is of military base, still a region to worry out, still a region to difficult out. Let's see how will they perform and how will they go aggressive in this moment in this match. Well, before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well. But at the same time, 8 teams, 24 players are still surviving here, and it's the moment of disturbance. It's the moment of challenges, and Team TSR is now slowly moving forward. Now slowly moving aggressing out. And if they are moving aggressing out with those aggressive approach, how they can change the game, how can they can pull the game towards their side. If we talk about Team TM, well, if we talk about this team, they are holding a very great approach, they're holding a very great stand, and now holding those western part of the region. Team TM, Monica, Nabi, well, this is the great start from their side at those early phases, but now the game will change, now the position will change, and let's see how they perform out. Well, at the same time, 8 teams, 24 players are still surviving here. If we talk about Team TSR, 4 men standing with those 1 finish point, they have secured top 8 position. If we talk about other teams as well, well, it's Ace Ashy, solo player standing for his team, trying to get some more place point, trying to get some similar finishes point as well. But let's see how much they can push their instinct, how much they can push their level, because at this time survival is most important. As we can see the players, as we can see the positioning, well, 8 teams and 24 players are surviving, and this is the region to worry out. Well, 8 teams, 24 players, 23 minutes are almost over, and let's see how will they be performing. 23 minutes are almost over. If we talk about the zone, well, zone, I think it's a hard shift. If we talk about Team TM, Piku, Nabina, Zaya, and Monica is still surviving. 4 men standing with those 0 finishers point. Game can totally change at any point of view, but having zone advantage in your hand is always a upper hand against your enemy. But there you go, Dima 3G has finally approached the fight from their side. Hope, the hope of Team R3G, is now taken down. Bunny is trying to revive him in open, and this could be that risky approach, but for now time being, they are in a quite a better position. Well, at the same time, 7 teams, 18 players. The match is going a bit slow, because the competition is little less. The lobby was not that fulfilled as much required. But for now, 7 teams, 18 players, and let's see how will be they performing right now in this progress area. This is also a region to worry out. Well, on to the another end, 7 teams, 18 players. If we talk about the northern part of the region, it's a team wannabe Nora X. Solo player standing, they have secured a 2 finishes point. They are on the top 7 teams, the top 18 live players. 25 minutes are almost over, and still the competition is alive. Still the competition is alive, and if you go with that aggressive approach, you'll enjoy a bit more. Well, before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well, support your organization, because they are struggling a lot, they are doing a lot, they are putting efforts lot to bring those views, to bring those teams together and play and get some more global community together. But at the another end, if you guys don't support us, if you guys don't give that like, subscribe, share, so morally we'll be shattered, morally we'll be getting down. So I think you should support us, I think you should support Rising Esports, because they are trying really very hard for us, for the community, for the global community to come together and to get some more better championship. But for now, if we talk about team number 18, well, it's a Nora X, a solo player standing in front of them. It's team number 7, team TSR. And there comes the push, and it's Demix having the MP45 in his hand, moving towards those another Molotov area. And it's got the 1v1, having the upper hand. It was a grand move by wannabe Nora X. And I think overcommitment will lead to supremacy.
No. कस्तो फायर बटनै थिचेन के लामो म सक्थेँ के त्यसलाई छ्या फायर बटन नथिचेर
hello. Now to talk about 6 teams. No. There you go. Marum is coming with that phenomenal spray. And finally, the spray was quite beautiful and it has been taken down. 5 teams, 14 players. There's a back-to-back hit. There's a back-to-back hold. But for now, time being 5 teams, 14 players. Let's see how they play, how they perform out. And team DBD are having a great approach, are having a great start from their side.
Wow, म अलमा बोलिरहेको यार.
On to the another end, team number 7 is still trying to get some more finishers. 0.5 teams, 14 players. There's a back-to-back shift. Game is going little bit slow, but doesn't matter. We'll try to make it more entertaining and more better. But for now, if we talk about team number 8, having those upper hand in the region is quite beautiful. It's quite good. 5 teams, 14 players. Let's see how will be they playing in the upcoming part of the match. Well, before that, guys, I'll request you all to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well, and please do support us, because your support is very much important. Your support is very much important for Rising Esports. Your support is very much important for other teams as well. But on to the another end, if we talk about other teams, well, 4 teams, 13 players, and fights has begun of the last zone. Team TSR, Haley is pushing towards with that MP45, having some phenomenal spray inside the zone and still a region to worry out. Well, 4 teams of 13 players, 4 teams of 12 players, so 4 finishers point has been secured by team TSR, but still they are on that aggressive approach or the passive approach. It's a reason to worry out. But this grenade can change the match, this grenade can change the moment. That was a good grenade, but no connection, no shot connection. Let's see how they perform, how they predict out. But for now, 4 teams, 12 players, this grenade can change the game of team TM. Still they're going aggressive, still they're going passive, confused a bit, but at the other end, some other team will come and get those finishes point, because third party is always up. Good state to watch out, and this was the overconfident move which will cause team OBD a lot of trouble. Well, 3 teams, 10 players, and now the teams will try to get those chicken dinner, which is much more required. But for time being, if you go with that slow approach, the game can come at your side as well, because the most important thing is what we talk about is the confidence, is the precision which we talk about. And if you give some time, if you give a better time, it will always a pleasure to watch out. 2 teams of 6 players, and finally we are on that 3v3, and let's see, still a moment. 3 finishes point has been secured by Team OBD Maroom, and Team OBD is back to them from the knees, is back to their foot. Well, 2 teams of 6 players. Coco is still moving forward with that Dacia, and I think she can change the moment. 30 minutes are over. The phase angle of Coco can change the game, because this is the hardened shift. This is that overlooking the shift, and there you go. The chicken dinner shots has been taken by Coco, and finally Team TSR has won the match, which almost 12 finishes point in the backpack. If we talk about Team OBD, they have secured 2 finishes point, and third position has been secured by Team TM with those 3 finishes point. Well, the first match is over, and with this first match end, we'll wait, get your snacks, get your food, we'll take a short break, we'll meet you after a short break. Till then, stay tuned and keep support Rising Esports. Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. Firebirds Championship presented by Rising Esports. And मैं रहूँगा guys आज आपका कास्टर ईगल फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी टाइम अगर हम बात करेंगे टीम्स की well I'm sorry well without wasting any time we'll talk about the teams. It's Team Ace, Team Haji, Team TSR, Team TM, Team AL, Team ESN, Team OBD, Team R3G, Team Wannabe. Total 11 teams of 43 players, and there's a huge drop clash on boot camp. And if we talk about teams, Team Wannabe, Team Ace are there, and the fight has begun. Well, if we talk about Team Ace, Ashi is still holding micro Uzi with that vector. This is that SMG combination which we talk about. 11 teams, 42 players, only and only 1 to 2 minutes are over and a long way to travel out in this match. But at those early phases, if you lose your players, it's gonna be quite difficult. The whole journey of this match will be difficult for the teams. And if we talk about Team Wannabe, well, for now time being, they have also secured 0 finishes point. They have a top 4 live players. To a live players, and there you go. Wannabe Nora X is coming with that back-to-back surprise attack with that 1-4-16 not having any helmet or vest, but without any defense, you can play a better version of yourself with those good level of confidence. 10 teams, 38 players, and if we talk about Team Wannabe, well, they are becoming quite strong right now. 4 men standing, 4 finishers point, have eliminated one team, and this is the start which we all were talking about. Well, at the same time, if we talk about other teams as well, apart from boot camp, there's no other drop clash left behind, which is a good part, which is a good start. But apart from these things, if we talk about Team TM, Team OBD, Saarc Khao region, LLY, well, those are the regions to worry about, and let's see how the team will perform there as well. Well, just a second guys, I'll check whether is everything going all right on stream or not. Just give me 2 minutes. Well, coming back to the match, 10 teams, 38 players. If we talk about those drop clashes, boot camp is again the region to worry about. Boot camp is again the region to tackle down. But for now, 10 teams, 38 players. Let's see what will be the upcoming standards, what will be the upcoming approaches of the teams. But for now, if you go with that aggressive approach, it will always be a upper hand. It will always be a upper hold of the teams. Well, 10 teams, 13 players, and let's see how will be they performing. Well, at the same time guys, if we talk about another region, if we talk about those northern part of the region, well, at those northern part, it's Team Haji, it's Ayla, Faika, Lice, and Rina. 3 men standing with those 0 finishes point for now, and they have secured top 10 position, which is a good start. But still, if you go with that average approach, you'll always wait for those aggressive intent from your side, and this is the reason to worry out. 10 teams, 38 players, and at those eastern part, team TSR, team AL, well, those teams are still waiting for those to get those some more finishes point. But let's see how they perform out, what will be their approaches, what will be their mindset. This is also the reasons to worry out. Well, before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream yet, please, I'll request you all to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well, support Rising Esports, because it becomes very necessary to support us, to support your organization, because if they are conducting these many events, these many approaches, it's always a reason that you should support. 6 minutes are almost over, there are still more 2 to 3 minutes to complete the looting period. And if we talk about the zone is looking quite silent, and what I believe, if the zone is silent, you should go with that slow and steady approach. Well, on to the another end, we talk about the teams. 10 teams of 38 players, as we can see. But at those western part, the cluster is creating a bit, and team OBD has spotted team number 14. But there comes the reflex, there comes the hold, and finally the holdings has been changed. 10 teams, 38 players. Team DVD has started the fight, but now the fight will be ended by team Lily, and the position of these teams are totally aggressive. The first pick can be come by Bismarck. There comes the first pick, that was a great support cover, but still the reason to worry out. And there comes the spring fight, there comes the spring approach from Bismarck, and finally he has been taken down. Team Lily has secured 0 finishes point, but the approach is quite clear in this match. Well, before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please, I'll request you all, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well, support the organization, support us, support you're one of the favorite organization who are trying to hold, who are trying to get those finishers point, who are trying to get those aggression at those early phases of the match, which is quite much required. At the same time, team number 14 is now struggling a bit. If we talk about team ESN, they have secured some finishers point, a 2-man standing with those 2 finishers point. They're on the top 10 teams, top 36 alive players. 8 minutes 30 seconds are almost over, and now the teams and now the players will be moving at those some short phases, short approaches, and team number 14 needs to survive at this moment. But Willie comes and he'll play the role of savior and get many more finishes point for his teams. Well, at the same time, if we talk about another instinct, if we talk about another region, say 8 teams with 30 players at those northern part of the region, it's team TM, 4-man standing with those 0 finishes point, have secured a top 8 position and are on top 30 live players. And match is moving slowly, is moving quite quietly at the particular moment, and let's see how will they perform out, how will they get down. But for now, the time being, zone is quite slowly moving forward. Eight teams with 30 players, the back-to-back zone shrinks, the back-to-back zone shifts are always a reason to worry out, always a reason to tackle down. Let's see how the team how will the team perform, how will the team play. But for now the teams are quite moving very slow, quite moving very silently, because the competition in particular zone right now is very less, which will cause a less trouble to other teams as well. Well, at the same time, guys, if you haven't hit that like button, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well, support the organization. 8 teams with 30 players. If we talk about the zone has shrunk quite nicely. Team number 8 is also holding a better approach, is also holding a good approach. 8 teams, 30 players. Monica, for now the time being, I think she is offline. But onto the other end, boot camp is still the region where some crowd can be seen. Well, if we talk about team number 3, they are still moving inside the zone, has secured one finish point at the another part. If we talk about team Haji, one player has been taken down at those open holdings, at those open stands of the area in Sanok map. And Sanok is full of those chaotic region, full of those heavy grasses, dense grasses, and this is why, which we were talking about. I think it's a difficult part. Well, 18's 29 players. Team number 6 is trying to contend in this fight. Let's see how will they perform, what will be their approaches, what will be their mindset. But for now, if we talk about the clashes, well, there are a lot of clashes around Paradise Resort. It's Team AL Majestic, Envy, and Blue. For now, they are 4 men standing, 2 finishes point, and Blue has been taken down by Mimic with that laser pinpoint M416 spray, but it's the targeted position of team number 9. And if team number 7 wants to survive, then needs to get that some strategical approach, and finally the elimination of team number 6 has been done, and team number 9 are getting more and more finishes point. Well, 7 teams, 26 players are still surviving. 14 minutes are almost over. Let's see how will the teams and players perform out here. But at the same time, the zone shrink has begun. And if we talk about team number 5, well, team number 5 is that team. They are moving slowly inside the zone, and slowly they are trying to get some more finishers point for the team and for the players as well. Well, 6 teams, 22 players. Still, Team Ace has the hold on boot camp, which is a good part, which is a good approach, which we were talking about. But the back-to-back shift, the back-to-back hold will always cause a lot of trouble to you. Will always cause a lot of challenges to you. Let's see how will be the approaches, how will be the matches. Let's see how they perform out. Well, at the same time, if we talk about the positioning, 6 teams, 22 players are still surviving. Match is going on a very slow phase. And if we talk about team number 10, they are trying to initiate some more fights. They're trying to initiate some more positioning for the time being right now. But let's see what will be the approaches, what will be the mindset for the upcoming times. But the finisher's point are still yet not secured. Well, 6 teams, 21 players, and team number 5 has have challenged team ARA, team ARA, and it gonna be little bit difficult. It's gonna be little bit challenging because right now the positioning are quite different. And if you are inside the area, for inside the holding zone, then I totally agree. Then I totally believe that it can change your game and it can change your position. But holding the position back to back at those hardship, this is the reason to worry out. Well, Aika and Ayla are the last 2 players standing. Let's see how will they play, how will they perform. This is also a question to worry about. But 6 teams, 21 players, and the movement of the areas, the movement of the holdings are still a reason to worry out. 6 teams, 20 players, 16 to 17 minutes are almost over, and this fight is going very intense, very challenging. It's Kaju who's trying to get some more finish point, and finally with that AKM, the clutch has been calmed and 4 finishes point has been secured by team number 10, and this is what we were talking about. Well, before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well, and do support the organization, do support your friends as well, because your support is very much required right now, because holding the global championship, global events at this point of time is very difficult. And if any one of the organization is doing it for you, it's very important to support them. Well, on to the another end, if we talk about those eastern part of the region, well, eastern part of the region is also the region to look out, also the region to chase out. And if we talk about the teams, so 5 teams, 16 players, and team number 9 is totally holding the position, is totally holding the areas, but still not that strongly. If you go with that slow and steady different approach, it can always be different for you. 5 teams, 15 players, and finally the elimination of AL Majestic and Envy has been done. Zero is knocked down, and MSLU is that solo player standing. Let's see for what time will he able to survive for this team. Well, on to the another end, if we talk about the positioning, it's a team Haji, how we can see right now, and they are having a great position, they are having a great hold right now. 5 teams, 13 players, 19 minutes are almost over, and let's see how will the team perform, how will the team play for the time being. But still, this is a very difficult position, this is a very difficult holding for the team. Let's see how they perform out. But Maji Taylor with that info 16 and 6x still trying to get some more finishers point, and I think it's not that easy for the time being. Well, there comes the zone shift, and if we talk about the zone, it's team number 14. It is that solo team inside the zone having a great position. But what I think is that having the great position right now inside the zone is not that important when you get with those aggressive approach, when you get with those aggressive intent. 5 teams, 12 players, 20 minutes are almost over, and question is still the same, that which team will get that chicken dinner, because crossing the water river at this point of the time can be very difficult, can be very challenging, and prosper at that time as well. Well, there you go. ALMSU has tried his level best to get those finishes point, but it was not that easy. And finally, four teams, 11 players, and 8 finishes point has been secured by team number three. Well, at the same time, guys, I'll request you again, if you haven't liked the stream, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well, support your organization, support us, because your support is very much needed. And 4 teams, 11 players, let's see which team will get that whenever in chicken dinner. It's the most important thing of the permanent time. Well, 4 teams, 11 players, and the back-to-back shifts, back-to-back holds of the zone will be quite difficult, quite challenging. Let's see how will the teams, how will the players hold the challenges, hold the position. 4 teams, 11 players. Adam Mayu has been taken down, and the fights of that mid-range has totally started. But the question is still the same: that which team will win this fight, which team will get that chicken dinner. And the zone has again shifted towards team number 14, and they are the solo team again to get that solo position inside the zone, which is a reason to worry out. Well, before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, I'll request you all to please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well to your friends, to your mates, because it's very much required, it's very much important, because your support is very much needed to hold that championship. Global championship is not that easy, so your support is very much important. Well, 3 teams, 6 players, 22 minutes are almost over. If we talk about the southern part of the region, it's team A's. They have secured a very good position, a very holding position. Let's see how they perform. 3 teams, 6 players, 9 finishes point has been secured by money, and still a region to worry out, still a region to tackle out. Let's see how will be they performing, how will be they holding. But now, for the time being, 23 minutes are almost over, and there will be more 5 to 6 to 7 minutes maximum to maximum for the teams to get those chicken dinner in their hand. Well, at the same time, 3 teams, 6 players. There's a back-to-back holding. There's a back-to-back shift in the zone. 23 to 24 minutes are almost over. If we talk about the eastern part, Lily, as we can see, 3 men standing. They have secured 9 finishes point, which is a big number, which is a great number. The game is totally about the numbers. They have secured the position on top 3, and the remaining 6 alive players, I think they are the party spoiler. They can spoil the game of the man advantage team and get that chicken dinner in their favor. Well, at the same time, 3 teams of 5 players, the aggression is totally taking place, and the game of hide and seek will now get over. And this match is totally about that 2v2 Team Ace versus Team Lily and Team Yuli, or it's Team Lily, and they both are with the same man advantage, with the same aggression. Team Lily has 10 finishes point, and Team Ace is also having those 10 finishes point, but the chicken dinner will be secured by none other than the one and only Team Ace, with almost those 12 finishes point in their backpack. Well, at the same time, if we talk about the second position, Lily has been secured second position with almost those 10 finishes point in the backpack, and which we were talking about. The aggression is totally suiting the team, and the entertainment was a lot of in the match. But before ending the stream, guys, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream. We'll meet you tomorrow again with the same match and same intensity. Still then, stay tuned and keep supporting us.